Hello, today I'm going to play Wizardry 8 and going to try to get through the road to Arnika, we'll call it, starting in the Monastery and working our way to the first town, because once you get there, the game really opens up and gets much easier. But it is tough to get through that first part. So I'm going to go over a little bit of character creation, not too much in detail. Basically, I'm just going to make the characters, and then I'm going to try to play and see if we can get that team to the first town. So let's get started. And the game has a circle, which is your kind of your battle formation, and you have three people in front who are going to be doing the short range fighting, like swords and axes and whatever. And then you can have a couple people using spears that are further back or pole arms. And then you can have your casters at the very back or your gadgeteers, people with ranged weapons, that kind of thing. But when you're building your team, try to keep that in mind because it's broken into, I think, 4 or 5 sections. So it's like the front part, the back part, the left part, the right part, and the center part. So from the center, people can hit with pole arms, and from the front and sides, obviously, like depending where the enemies are. But really, you're going to only have maybe 3 to 4 people doing melee that can consistently attack every round. And besides that, the rest are going to be the back line, right? Ranged or spells. So keep that in mind. So let's go with. I would like. We'll make a Valkyrie, so female. That has to be. And the race, you can see down here, bonus points remaining. That gives you an idea who excels in that class and who doesn't. So if we go to somebody who has a 0, does anybody have a 0 for this one? Yeah, right. So fairy, you'll get a -10, which basically means that you have to pay off that debt before you can start putting stat points into here with level ups. So I believe you get 6 points per level up. So it would take 2 level ups before you can start putting stats into your primary attributes if you hit the fairy Valkyrie. So keep that in mind as well. Let's go with, I think, how about we do a dog character, the Rowwolf. If you right click, it'll give you a breakdown of what each class does and their stats. Also, same thing works for the classes as well. Gives you a breakdown, tells you what their abilities, traits are, their primary skills, which gets a bonus, and starting gear. So now let's just throw our points in. We get 9 for the first boost. So let's just build up strength, and we're going to build up dexterity so we can land some hits, and we're going to put a little bit in piety and a little bit in speed just to start. I'm not too worried about vitality right off the bat, but once again, too, you can also right click. It'll tell you what these attributes build up. So let's go with close combat, pole arm, and why not stick with their strength mythology. These things all go up every fight as you go. Like if you never ever ever put a stat point into communication, mythology, or artifacts, they'll probably all get up like to about early mid game. They'll all get up to about 30 for each person. So there's nothing wrong with dedicating each character to one specific thing that you'd like out of these, but don't overlap them. Like don't have many characters that can use communication. Just one, for these three. Artifacts is for identifying items. Mythology identifies what kind of monster you're fighting. And communication is for getting slightly better deals, I guess, on what you're buying and selling. Besides that, everything else builds up as you use it. So, got to pick a picture now. I like this one. And got to give her a name. So she's Valkyrie, right? I don't know. We're not going to go with anything too blockbustery or interesting. So how about blockbustery? I don't think that's the word I was looking for. What I meant was nothing groundbreaking. All right, let's go with. Let's just call him Miss Mutt. So if you write the full name there, that'll be on the character screen. But then your nickname will be the short one that comes up on the actual screen when you're fighting. And you can pick a voice. Each style has 2 versions, and they're all pretty good. Some of them are corny, some of them are funny. Some of them are more serious. But like for this case, let's go burly.
Very well. Our enemies shall feel my wrath.
All right then. I join you as soon as I finish milking the cows and gelding.
Sure. All right. So that she'll use a pole arm, so we can still put 3 frontline fighters if we'd like. Let's go with a monk, and I believe what's that one right there? I just passed fairies. Nah, not a big fan of fairies myself. I'll show you real quick. A lot of people always talk about them in guides and all that. They do get a base armor class, faster magic recovery, but hardly any equipment they can wear, and hardly any weapons, and they can barely carry capacity. Like their carry capacity is terrible. So I mean, but they are strong. It's just more so if that's what you're interested in. But personally, I like the role play a little bit more. So let's go with a male monk, and we will do dexterity. We'll do a little bit of strength, and then we'll do speed, senses, and a bit of speed. There we go. And for this guy, stealth is really nice. Stealth lets you avoid being hit sometimes. These guys are versatile because critical strike is like an insta kill. It hardly ever happens, I find. But basically, they got a lot of they can punch multiple times per round, but they can also use staves and go a little bit further back like a Valkyrie. So they're pretty versatile, and they're okay with throwing stuff like ninja stars or daggers, whatever. All right, good enough. Good enough. Let's see.
Who can make the muddy water clear?
Perfect. And let's just call him Zen Master. Okay, so now we have 2. I always like to take a samurai. A samurai is a hybrid character. Basically, they can fight and then later on cast wizardry, like magic spells, like fire and freezing, that kind of thing. So for these ones, I like to use these guys, and I find their stamina runs out a lot, and there's a lot of items for only female characters that regenerate stamina. So if you are taking a character like, say, a bard runs out of stamina real quick, a gadgeteer does, and samurais I find do. If you like, make them a female because there are items that, like I said, regenerate stamina quicker, but they're only for females for some reason. Um, but like I said, it's not super important. Just if you want a little bit of an advantage. So we're gonna go strength. We're gonna go with dexterity, and we're gonna go with senses. There we go. Sword, dual weapons, and critical strike. Later on, once you hit level 5, this will unlock. Shoe. Let's go with this and call her. Where it go? How about? I put more effort in when I'm playing, but for now, we're just trying to get out here and play. So let's go now. We got a samurai, a monk. I need a burly, kind of more of a tanky. So you can go with fighter or a lord. I like lords because they can dual wield. I mean, everybody can, but you can dual wield maces and hammers with them, and they're good knockout machines. And then they can end up healing a little bit later too. But we have a Valkyrie, so let's just jump in with a fighter, and you get a huge boost if you pick that with a Draken. I don't know if I forgot what the lizard man 50. Lizard men are like I mean somebody will probably correct me who loves them, but I find they're like one of the worst classes in the entire game. They just have too many detriments and they're not really good at very much. They say they're supposed to be the best fighters, but a Drakon gets more at the beginning. So watch this. Jump that right up to 75 with this huge boost. Right up to 80 and right up to 70. So it's important to say now, these stats attributes, once you get them in at 100, up to 100, then you unlock kind of a secret special skill that each one has. So for strength, you get like power strike, and then you can put points into it every level up like you would anything else. I think intelligence is power cast. Piety is like a defense against spells. Vitality is a defense against physical hits. Dexterity is like really good evasion. Speed, I think, is super high initiative. And senses, I believe, is for ranged characters. They get like a huge boost when it comes to actually hitting with their ranged attacks. So those are things that, excuse me, if you can kind of like get there quicker. So in this case, if you pick a Dracon fighter, I believe you can put 3 points per level. So you would need 20 points. So how's the math for that? 3 times 5 is 15, right? So 6, 7. You need, by the time you get 7 level ups, you can unlock the Vitality special hidden skill there, which is amazing. So let's go with Shield, we'll go with Sword, and we'll go Close Combat. Got a few pictures again. Let's just keep the first one. You know which one I like for this guy?
You want me fight? I fight.
Let's do it. He's not very smart, right? Dumb. So we got 4. Okay, so yeah, that'll be, he'll be at the front. She'll be on the side. He'll be on the other side, and he can jump back sometimes if you'd like. She'll be in the middle. So now we need, one of my favorite, I would say probably my favorite class in this game. A lot of people's favorite, a Gadgeteer. They're awesome. And I love going with a Hobbit. It just fits. Because I would want to go with a Dwarf, because like D&D and stuff, dwarves they can be like kind of good pick and locks and stuff and tinkering, but they get, for some reason in this game, they get a huge negative to it. So let's go with a Hobbit, and we'll make a male. uh, Despite what I said earlier, it doesn't really matter, like, because you can cast spells to regenerate stamina. I was just something I suggested earlier if you're interested. We'll pump up senses, dexterity, and a bit of intelligence, because those are his 3 primaries. They work with locks and traps, picking them. They work with modern weapons. That's the special rifle he gets to start the game. And engineering. So let's take a point from there and do that. There we go. Alright, and because he kind of looks like him in that classic picture. There we go. And let's go with, because he's a kind man, I think.
Don't worry about a thing, friend. I'll take care of it.
Okay, there you go. So now we need a caster. And like I said, she'll be able to do healing. He'll do psionics at level 5. He'll do wizardry. So let's get one of my other favorite classes, a bishop. And I like to do an elf for this one because there's a cool picture for it. I just put them all into intelligence piety. Those, I pump those up as much as I can. And then up to you. You can go for a quicker caster, or you can balance out right here and just make them slightly more, able to carry things and a little bit beefier. Okay, so the trick with these guys, uh, see how many spells you have to choose from? And you have 2 spell picks. You can bank these spell picks. So at the start of the game, just because like you don't really have to min max them, but just like to maximize your ability to make a good bishop, take heal wounds, and maybe mind stab, because you'll find light in this first area, and I believe you'll also find stamina, so you'll be able to build up those 2 by casting with that, and then once you get high enough level, you can maybe take something in here like missile shield and something in here like, say, web, whatever. Then you'll have 1 for everything, and you'll be able to cast and build up those stats over time while you're banking these spell picks, because the higher you get, more unlock. And if you've saved like 6 or 7 spell picks, then you can take 4 or 5 high level spells at level 8 or 9, as opposed to having to buy the books, which are super expensive. So that's the point of these guys. Just do enough, that they're viable to do a little bit every round, and then try to build as much as you can these skills over the game. There's a spot in the first town where you break through the prison, and it's like a derelict prison that's locked up. You just lock into it and go into it. Anyways, there's you go through one of the cells through the ground, and you'll get to the bottom floor of the bank. And there's a big locked door there with 7 or 8 lockpicks on it there. So what you can end up doing is, and I'm just telling you this now. It's not really a spoiler, but it's just important. So uh, whatever skill, like if there's an overlapping, so say it says this spell is from Wizardry and Divinity, whatever one's higher. So even if it's just 1 point, so say you have healing, okay? Healing is from Divinity and Alchemy. So if you do this and you have Alchemy higher, the more you use heal, it'll boost up your Alchemy. If you have this one higher, it'll boost up your Divinity, and it won't boost up the Alchemy. So you'll have to do a specific Alchemy spell to boost that up. That just says only that spell. So the way the game works, it gets kind of tough to build things up sometimes. Uh, but if you do build up Alchemy to about, like on that door I said with the lockpicks on it, there's a spell called Knock Knock, and you can cast it at level 1 over and over again, then rest. And you can pretty much build this skill up at will. And once you hit like 60, I think, you can start mixing potions that are fairly cheap. Like I think you take a light heal and a moderate heal, and they make a heavy heal. And then you take the heavy heal and you mix it with a pure light condition. It gives you a cure disease. And then if you mix the heavy heal with the cure disease, you get a renewal potion. And the reason this is important is because everything in the game is super expensive. So, like spell books are 3,000-4,000 bucks right off the bat. Some of them are only 1,000, but they're not the best spells. Once you get to 50, 60 in alchemy, then you can start mixing those renewal potions. And like I said, they're fairly cheap to buy all the stuff for them. And you can sell it for like 4,500 gold to the bartender in the first town. So what you do is you buy it, 15 light heals, 15 moderate heals. You mix them all up and then mix them with the cure light conditions, which is all fairly cheap, and your returns are huge, and you can end up banking a crap ton of money right off the bat, so you can buy decent gear. And anyways, but it takes some effort. Like you got to grind on that door, cast knock knock over and over again. And so basically, what I always suggest is when you're making a bishop, make your alchemy higher than your wizardry and divinity. Psionics is like the least out of the group, I'd say. So keep this one the highest. And if you're kind of worried you might screw up or something, then, make it like, well, I mean, it's going to stay 1 point higher, I believe. So anyways, as long as you keep alchemy above wizardry is all I'm trying to say. Because if your wizardry is slightly higher, then when you use knock knock, it's going to boost up wizardry, and it's far better to get this up to 60. Mixing potions, trust me, it's huge. It's so much fun. You get money, and it helps you a lot. That's my big, boring description of it. So here we go. I'm going to use this guy. I'm going to use that, and he's a bishop, so we're going to call him. How about, well, here, let's preview the voice again. I knew what he sounds like.
I believe there is something unseen in all things.
He reminds me of, from those old Tintins, Calculus. Calculus, I spelled right? Calculus. Professor Calculus. All right. There's our team. So now we're going to, once you put these guys in, and girls, you can't change the order of their portraits. You can change the order that they stand in formation. So if you want the portraits to be in any special order, make sure you do that right here, because you can never change it after. So I usually just put in the way that I'm going to have them fight, basically. So let's do this, that, and then these are my backline.
This unfortunate crash was most unexpected. Yet, opportunity often follows misfortune. We must be prepared to grasp it when it arrives.
You just heard sometimes the characters interject in something that they feel like commenting on the situation. I can see a lot of yellow dots moving toward us, so I'm going to jump right into the menu here. That's enemies coming, I believe. So just check out real quick, see what you got, you know, your gear. It won't be that great at the start of the game. The game will automatically switch between melee and whatever your secondary weapon is, unless you hit this lock button. So make sure you load up your bullets for your gadgeteer there. We got a couple heals. Throw them here. And we'll give, just because he's the weakest there. Alright. So, and on this screen here, you have a few menus. This is your main menu with your party inventory. It just tells you your stats, your load, carry capacity. That's what that is. If that gets too high, you lose initiative and multiple attacks. Experience that you're needing for a level up. This is for merging items, separating them. It's game's a little bit archaic with this stuff, so you got to click and separate like this. Inspecting, just you can do that by right-clicking, save you time. Using items and dropping them on the ground. So another important thing, right-click an item. It'll tell you here, usable by profession. This is all the professions. You highlight it, it'll tell you what they are. And then if you want to switch over to this, it'll tell you which races can use it. Just sometimes the game's not very clear with this stuff, so it's good to check before you buy something really expensive. Alright, let's fight. So I can see the crabs in the water there. They're going to get hostile if we get quicker. I mean, closer, sorry. Let's go closer and see what happens. Oh, here we go. Before I do that, this is your party formation. So we want our fighter in the front, samurai, monk. Okay, we got our, where's our, there we go.
I'm ready for you.
And move our gadgets
Yes.
here to the back. Looks good.
With pleasure.
So you see it updates right there. You can change it during fights too. So a very, very important thing you're going to use a lot during this game. See how there's their weapons are red? Means that they're out of range and they're not going to attack. This guy's got a ranged weapon, so he's going to. And same with here. You can, the game will automatically swap between ranged and melee as they get closer. So here's the trick. Instead of check marking and starting your fight, which basically if these have higher initiative, they'll just lose their turn. You click on walk.
Okay.
It says walk pendant. Check mark. Wait. Then they will come first and get closer. If they are an enemy that attacks you during range, so like it has to get into range to attack you. So now you can click X and you will maintain your attack and not lose it. I use this like every fight. Otherwise,
Take this!
there you go.
Victory! How wonderful!
He's very excited to kill those crabs. Okay, let's open this. And we will take everything. Put that in here. We don't have that kind. We have a spear now. So we could give that spear. Who could use it? Nope. There we go. Just in case. Extended weapon, you know. You never know. A buckler shield. That can go to... Does anybody... No, nobody really needs it right now. 2 more light heals. Let's give those to him. Okay, so you can quick save by hitting Q. And you can also save with this right here. Searching, I will show you that after we fight these guys. Okay, so same thing. This gives them, if they're going to attack, sometimes it gives them a free attack at the beginning, but I mean, it's more worth it than losing yours, so. The game also, so there's only 3 crabs, right? Sometimes combat can be super slow. So if you have something else you like doing on the side, like maybe putting a video in the second screen that you can listen to, or a podcast or something, you know? It just, sometimes these fights can really drag out. But they're still enjoyable. And we are good with this one.
We win! Good!
Nice. So one thing I find kind of cool about this old game, I turned the music off, by the way. Like, it's just very loud. I keep the sound effects on, but if you can hear, it changes the footsteps on the sand, and then on this little piece of steel, and then on the grass. The game's really cool with the way it works with that. Like the amount of detail they put in. So now I'll show you how search works. You have to activate it unless you have a ranger. If you have a ranger, it's basically like this is on all the time, so you don't need to turn it on if you have a ranger in your group. This will find hidden items on the ground, but if you get into a fight, sometimes you'll be surprised and the enemy gets a free attack. So we'll just walk through here. And I know for a fact there's a hidden item here. So see the rocks? Watch. Should come up. There we go. See? More rocks came up.
Look at that.
And then they will always comment if they found something. Artifacts will go up randomly on people, depending on... I'm not even too sure what triggers it, but you'd kind of wish it was your bishop, right? Because that's their special skill. Where does it show me here? Artifacts, see? It gets a 25% boost, but it's random. It just kind of bounces around to whoever.
Danger grows here like a weed.
Look, something moving.
All right, let's... Oop, wrong button.
Behold,
There we
the
go.
Valley of Death.
So they say if they think the fight's going to be too hard, then they'll say something like, I think the odds are against us, But so now spell casting. This is the level of each spell. 1 all the way to, what is it? 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, let that count right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this is auto cast. So I'll show you how that works. Red means your high chance to fail. And the reason that is because he's got no points in any of the schools. But the more you use it, they go up, right? So it's not the end of the world. Here you go.
Okay.
Let's try it out. And we'll do our... Let them get distance on us.
Okay.
I like how he sounds like he's so dumb, that guy. Dumb the dragon. Alright. So, they're not here yet, so let's just... What a great throw. You're gonna get a lot You're gonna get a lot of this at the start of the game. Missed, no damage, spell fizzles. Just get used to it. It'll get better. You can also you can customize a lot of things. I like to hide the text box, but you can get that back if you want by pressing that button. If you press up here, you got closed. That shows all your characters wide, which opens the screen up more. And then if you highlight them, they pop out like that. Or you can go totally no mini map or nothing, just full screen here. Whatever you like. Okay, let's try this again. So I can't auto cast because I have way too few spell points, so not much he can do. Not much anybody can do, so let's just wait.
Okay.
Not every fight I'll go this slow. I'll go a lot quicker as we go. I'm just trying to show you some things at the start here. But you can already get like a rough idea here of excuse me, how the fights aren't very quick. To be honest, I personally like to watch a movie or something, while I play.
Take this!
Or listen to YouTube, whatever. Watch a Let's Play. Hopefully, we don't get destroyed by these guys. We're missing a lot. And the frustrating thing is, you can be doing well, survive for like 7-8 rounds, and then one of these crabs will get a lucky hit on your bishop and just one-shot him. Then it's reload time. Let's try using his special ability, Berserk.
Okay.
See if that helps us out a little bit. That move burns your stamina a lot quicker, though, so It's good to keep on higher levels, but right
My
now
body is injured,
he
but my
might get worn
mind
out too quick.
remains clear.
Take this!
So if during a fight, like you see he's getting hurt pretty badly, you can press this during the round and pull this character back a little bit, and hopefully they survive till the end of the round. I'll show you what
It
happens.
shall be so.
He missed. Good. So now he's at the back, so he's a little bit more protected. And you can do that every round.
Okay.
You can see on the map here, it gives you a rough idea where they are, but some of them have, you know, current range short. Some of them have extended range, and they can hit your back line regardless of where they are. Do I have anything extra? I don't think so. Some classes get a little item to help you out at the beginning, like maybe a free fire cherry bomb for an alchemist or something, you know? We're getting lucky, though. They're missing just as much as we are. Nice. The start of this game is a whole lot of luck. Not gonna lie to you. Once you get through the first 3 or 4 fights, though, it's it really gets a lot more enjoyable.
Cow biscuits.
Cow biscuits. Ouch. The colored arrows over their heads will tell you who's attacking what, though. Nice, finally. And the higher your mythology, these things fill out. Like how much experience you get, how many hit points they have, their stamina, and what their actual name is. This one's a soft shell crab, but there'll be venom crabs and hard shell crabs and etc. in the first area. If you do manage to get behind something, like say it gets blinded or something, you can move behind it. You will get. Ooh, that was close. You will get bonus attacks on them, like backstab bonus.
For now.
Good. So you'll notice here. I'll just show you. The samurai head is. Where's the combat? Is it the combat log? Okay. See this? Samurai thrust and soft shell crab, 4x. Sword moves with the speed of lightning. That's the samurai special skill. Is to get a multi-attack sometimes. So let's drink a potion. There we go. We got through the first few fights. Put our search back on. Let's see what's up here.
Vacant.
Place is empty.
Nothing found here.
Look at that.
We found something.
Grab that.
Oh, there's something else. So, the bishop can identify these items by right-clicking them sometimes, but in this case, artifacts is too low, so you'll have to identify them with the identify spell, which we don't have yet. So they might sit in our inventory for a while. Cool thing too, the game doesn't have a very far draw distance. You'll see like mountains disappearing and stuff like that, but you can look ahead a little bit. So like up there, you can see what looks like a light, some kind of fire, right? You can see a little waterfall coming out of the cave there. So it just gives you ideas of what to kind of keep an eye on as you're moving and looking at the map and that, because there are secrets in this game, like little areas you can get to and they have better items. So let us actually enter the monastery now. If you hold in shift, you'll run, but it burns your stamina. I don't know if you can hear me over the water, but if you run too much, your characters will pass out. You do this, you can see like the stamina meter just going down. They just literally fall asleep on the spot. And if everybody passes out, then they instantly go into campfire mode, which is kind of funny. Okay. Oh, another thing important. Check this out. On the map, you can add special notes. So, like, say you wanted to remember that, you go crash site. And now it'll forever be on that map there. Like, if you have a special treasure chest you found, or
Something is wrong here, I think.
I think so too. Or, like, maybe like a hidden entrance or something. Oh, okay, so there's guys up there. So what we're going to do, I'll show you a little trick too. If you go into combat,
Okay.
and you do the same thing, walk or run, you can get the free move and close the distance on them.
Everyone ready to fight?
That way, these guys, for example, they spit like goo at you. So once you close the distance, right, you got the advantage, and they can't get a free attack on you. Even match. I think we're good. Let's go. Crush the slime. I don't know if that's supposed to be in the middle of them. Their brain or their heart. I don't know. I'm not too sure.
How wonderful.
Sometimes they drop stuff. Oh, and our samurai sword skill went up by a point from usage, which is always very, very, very nice.
I sense something moving.
All right, let's take these. Nothing there. So we're in the monastery, and you can't get this door open no matter how hard you try. It's securely bolted on the other side. Something to look forward to and kind of figure out what is over there and how do we get there. You can check the map out at any time, and it's not the clearest all the time, but
hard fight, very bad.
uh-oh. All right, well, let's get out of
It
the
will be done.
let's get out of the way of his spinning. Hide behind this wall for a minute, and then we'll try
It
to get
shall be so.
close to him. This game is huge on positioning. If you can get yourself into a corner when you're surrounded by enemies, so instead of having, like, say 7 or 8 enemies surround you and backstabbing you every round, try to back yourself into a corner or an alcove.
Very good.
Nice. I think we're gonna get level ups.
Good. I crush better now.
Experience is its own reward.
Okay, so for example, if I see a ton of guys coming here, I might want to, instead of fighting out here and getting surrounded and hit on every side, I might try to, like, waste around so I can get into here and stand there. That way they'll keep in front, like I'm kind of like bottlenecking it, right? So that they attack me from the front only, not from behind.
Nothing found.
And I do realize I've gotten a level up. I'm just
Grab that.
walking in here first.
I found nothing.
The little magnifying glass will come up when you can interact with something, and most of it's just flavor stuff.
Grab that.
But some of it is hints or little kind of like guidance tips to, like, where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do. So yeah, we know they have a pest issue because we've already fought slimes, and have we fought rats yet? No, but I think there will be rats.
Look,
And
something's moving.
someone left their book out. All right, so in this case, odds date of 23rd, ran out of pickled blood vine, ordered more from Arnika. So we know there's a town called Arnika. Monday the 24th, the prisoner ran out of food again. He's lucky to get any at all, in my opinion. Lord's Day the 25th, all is prepared. We leave today on a great mission. I only wish we did not have to leave the monastery empty. So this explains why there's nobody here. I have the strange feeling I've forgotten something. What could he have forgotten? Is that a hint that's something we're going to find here? I don't know.
Look at that creature.
Okay, so let's do our level up. I will focus on these two, and let's give them a little bit more strength. You only get 3 per, you can only put 3 in any skill per level up, so make sure you kind of have a bit of a plan in mind. I want to build up that first, and this. Close combat, sword, and shield. And you see artifacts went up 1 for him. It won't go up very quick. I think intelligence factors into how quick you learn things too. But I mean, not enough to the point. Oh, there's some stuff. Not enough to the point where you should boost up intelligence on your fighter. Like it does say here, intelligence works on close and range combat, but I don't know how much it actually boosts it, you know? So
With pleasure.
focus on trying to get those 100s if you can, because those advantages are huge. And they're fun to work towards. Take that. I always find it funny when all my fighters miss and my bishop lands a hit. You know, it's just like playing the odds. And apparently he's more accurate. Okay. I want to go the other way first. Save it again. Yep, this is the way I want to go first. Alright.
Okay.
I usually do this whenever I go into any room, because there's almost always something. And
Behold, the valley.
worst case scenario, if there's nothing, it just says no enemies, combat ended. So, you got nothing to lose. Nice.
We win. Good.
Oh, and he dropped something.
Experience.
Although it is pleasant to advance, true.
Oh, good.
Wonderful.
Nice. Take those darts. Alright, level ups. I like to either do, like, if you know the 2 stats you're trying to build, do 3 and 3 every level up. I like to do sometimes the 2, 2, and 2. You know, kind of balance them out. Especially if I know with a certain character, like a hybrid or whatever, that I'm not going to be able to get the 100 stat very quickly. So, like, why bother gimping certain other stats, right? It makes more sense when they're highly focused. The other thing I do too is, you know, just trying to round them up. There we go. And get everything up to a nice, because I don't know where the points are where you start to get a boost, if it's every 5 or every 10 or what, but I could look into it, but I'm not really interested. I'd rather have more fun than get right down into the details of how everything is broken down. You know, I know some people like to get all into that, like kind of like analytics and stuff, but it's not really my thing. And there we go. And last but not least, there we go. And there's nothing I want here, so I'm going to bank this spell. Spell pick. It'll warn you, and we're good. So alchemy, I'll put a couple in there, and then I'll put some more into there. There we go. I always want to keep that the highest, though, because I want to break the economy later. I want to sell a whole ton of rejuvenation potions. You know what, I'm misleading you. Renewal potions. That's what I want to sell. Nice. Okay. Let's give that to him. And we don't have any bows. Can we identify anything yet? Another trick too. Save before you identify a stack. So if you want your artifacts to build up quicker, you have 4 bottles. You can separate them like so and identify them one at a time, and it'll give you a little bit of a boost with your artifacts. Otherwise, things go pretty slow. So we see those guys.
Worthy opponents.
I think we'll be fine. Hopefully.
Okay. Decamundo.
Nice. See how I clicked the check mark at the beginning there instead of walk? I missed, I think she missed her attack. And she might have missed hers too. Alright, let's try that again. So, if the spell failed, right? If you just re-click this, it'll do the exact same thing you just did. So if you have, say you're casting stamina repeatedly on the same character, instead of having to go through the menu every time, you can just click that and quickly go back to helping them again. Going pretty good.
Our will has
Alright. Let's put search on. I find whenever there's an area with a lot of stuff laying around, I search because, you know, you get lucky sometimes, like around boxes and that.
There it is, a creature.
Look at that.
So, we're still facing forwards, but there's a lot of bats. So what I'm going to try to do is, in this case,
It will be done.
since there's 9 of them, or sorry, 4 bats and 5 rats coming, I don't want to get surrounded. So I'm going to try to move into that corner and protect my back rear guard there from getting surrounded. Oh, nice. I'll take that. Excuse me. There we go. And so
There it
make sure
is,
you're
a
facing
creature.
forwards. And good to go. Now we're just going to try to hold off. And we're going to keep attacking. And let them come to us. If they're fleeing, I mean, you can chase them down, but it takes so darn long with the turn-based stuff. Just let them run away. You'll bump into them later. There'll be one of them walking by itself. Take you 2 seconds, just finish it off. I can show you the music. Give me a second here.
Okay.
Kind of fills the dead air there. Usually I'm watching something, like I said, but here we go. So, whatever you enjoy better. We'll keep it on for this fight.
Take this!
something stirs.
Okay.
We're missing out on attacks here because I didn't come close enough.
Take this!
Okay.
Our will has prevailed.
Good.
Experience.
Good. So those rats will be those 2 that we didn't get. They'll be roaming around somewhere. Here's the music. It does add to the atmosphere. I like it. I've played the game a fair amount, so I usually just mute the music and watch something. But so I'm gonna turn it back off here.
Grab that.
Got a spell book. Nice. What do we got up here? Brotherhood of the Ascension. That's kind of important, I think. I'll show you how knowing these words can help you later on. when you're talking to other NPCs and that. So let's do our level ups. 3 points. So you see how quick, right? Like we're like at the beginning of the game, you get level up so fast. We're 14 away from unlocking his vitality skill there. So I probably won't get it by the time I get to Arnika, but we'll probably get at least up to level 5. And let's go with that for this one. Oh, and yeah, the cool thing with the gadgeteer that happens, Gaben
Look,
tweaks his Omni
something's
gun.
moving.
Let's just fight these guys too, just in case. And he adds a dart attachment, which means that these darts that we found earlier, we can now put those as bullets in our gun. And if you forget what it said, you can go down here. It'll tell you what requirement of engineering you need and what's been added to it. So there's a lot of cool stuff they add as the levels go.
A simple task.
Engineers have a lot of cool long-term and continual incentives.
With
Like, you know, when you play games, sometimes there's classes that don't get good till later on. And then there's classes that are great at the beginning, then kind of fall off. I find gadgeteers, they maintain a pretty darn good pace the entire game of always being interesting and consistently getting better. All right. That rat went to get some friends. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, see you later.
It will be done.
I'm not going to chase you down. I'll find you later. You can't quit combat, though, till they're out of range, which is kind of a pain in the butt. Is it going to let me end it or what? There we go. Okay, let's keep going. Got some nice art there. We'll take these darts. And there's 3 hallways. I think they all attach.
Look at that.
What do we find? That is a potion. Just for the heck of it, though, because I'm not trying to play this game to, you know, to beat it. I'm just trying to get to the first town. What I'll do is I will put my next level up into artifacts for calculus here, and hopefully we can start identifying some of those items. Show you how it works. Oh, here we go. So the way this works,
Yes.
your lock and trap person, you click on them. The higher your skill, quicker they'll lock in. You can also cast spells, like say Knock Knock or Divine Trap.
All right.
And if you're strong enough, you can try to batter it down.
Yes.
There we go. Roaches. There's roaches in this room.
Okay.
All right, let's get these. I just realized something. And I'm going to fix it at the end of this round, or fight. Okay, you take that off. Alright, she's getting hurt a lot, so. There we go. I want to be working on martial arts, not my staff skill. Alright. There's some more bolt stones. These things can get heavy really fast. So, the way it works, your personal carry capacity and team. So if you have a ton of breastplates in your party items, it'll balance evenly among all 6. So eventually all 6 of your characters will be overloaded if you're carrying too much stuff. Look how heavy these are. 46 pounds. I believe it's pounds. Well, 46, whatever. So, like, look at that. Load, 21, 62. If you have 2 or 3 stacks of bullets, like or ammunition, you're going to be super overloaded. So you kind of got to keep that in mind as you're going around. That's the first hallway. Oh, we got a sign on the wall here. What's that say? Do not feed the Rapax. Looks like nobody fed him. You examine the skeleton. Some hungry creature has stripped the body of the bone, but the corpse seems to be quite fresh.
Vacant. Grab that.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, I will grab that. Yeah, so nobody fed the poor guy. The poor Rapax. Whatever that is. Oh, it's boots. Okay, yeah, that's better than sandals. Let's do that. What's this? Tattered note. Excuse me, the note reads, I failed. The tomb is locked and they caught me before I could find the key. To make matters worse, the damn Hagardi only feed me once a day. At this rate, I will starve to death in a matter of days. Tell the Templars that the weapons are still a threat. To Alice Decus. Oh yeah, and I just realized, I have a bow. So who do I want to work on bowmanship with? Let's say our samurai. Yeah, let's do it. So now, oh, we had that spell book too. Let's learn that.
Oh, jolly good.
So with these, so see how it says level 1? I think the way it works is as long as you have like, so 10 is level 1. If you have 20, you can learn level 2. So if you can't learn a book right away, then just hold on to it. They are very useful.
Oh, jolly good.
They will save you a ton of money. That hat we found earlier, Poser's Cap, gives you plus 10 to lock and traps. Sweet, I'm going to put that on my thief, right? And then it says, this enchanted cap gives the wearer limited skill with locks and traps. Sorry, my gadgeteer. He'd love that. Although a real burglar with any amount of skill wouldn't be caught dead wearing such a thing. And look, all the skills, the classes that would actually benefit from getting plus 10 don't want to wear it because they know it's stupid. So it's basically, if you have a team full of fighters or something, then you'll have somebody at least who can pick very, very minor locks. So the game has a little bit of a sense of humor sometimes. Let's get a little bit of a stuffy nose here. Let's go up here. If that gets boring, annoying, just turn on search as I run into a wall because I'm looking down at my keyboard. And I want to go this way. Nice. Alright. Let's see what this is.
Locked.
I picked up something called knock picks, and we don't need them. Like, I'd rather sell them. But I'll show you what they do. I guess this is for, too, if you... see, this is knock knock power 4. I'll show you. This emulates what the knock knock spell does. So let's try it out.
It has been locked.
Fizzled. Oh, what do you need to use it? Artifacts. Okay, so we'll give it to the bishop, sorry.
You bellowed?
Okay.
Okay.
One can avoid the enemy's spear in front.
That backfired. Let's try again.
Okay.
No, it didn't work. So everything failed. But look, our artifacts went up. You can sell those, but what they're supposed to do is magically boost up these what do you call them? Tumblers. So if it had worked, it probably would have unlocked it right away. But I'm just showing you. Oh, there's a giant crab in there. Okay. Let's get close.
So.
That's a bigger crab than what we're used to fighting. That is a king crab with 100 hit points.
All right then. Is everybody ready to fight?
Yes, we are. Hopefully we can
Okay.
not get
Okay.
one-shotted by this guy. Oh. That was actually pretty good. Just 1 damage.
Take this!
Macadamundus
Uh-oh.
Crunchio. What was that?
So sometimes when you backfire a spell, that went quicker, but sometimes it looks like the game froze, and it just sits flashing like that for like a good 10-15 seconds. I don't know why. I'm assuming it's because the spell's fire. It's trying to decide where the spell's going to hit. But I mean, don't reset your game or anything, thinking it froze. Just give it. Be patient. It's a pain, but it'll come back. I don't think I've ever had this game crash on me.
Take this!
Good hit. If you're lucky and a fight goes for long enough, you can like just do the sheer impact of you hitting them a bunch of times. They'll go unconscious, and you get basically free hits on them every time. Okay, does he have any? No potions on him. No heals. Okay. Might have to move him back.
It shall be so.
If he survives the round, we'll see. Oh, with martial arts, he's hitting for 1 or 2 damage, right? But he's hitting twice, which is nice because you're building up that skill where you're going to get multiple hits per round. .24 hit points left. Nice. Right there, see? Unconscious. Boom.
We win! Good!
Alright. Save. Search.
Look at that.
Oh, we can give that to. Can we pick it up? Pain. There we go. We'll give that to you instead of that spear. There we go. It's good for everybody to have a secondary ranged option. What's coming behind us? Is that bad?
Go away!
This battle will be as short and sweet as a summer rain.
You got it. You got it. That's that bat that
Grab that.
got away from us earlier. Okay, we'll give you a bow too. I mean, this isn't going to be their primary things, but it's just nice for them to have an option sometimes. Bombs. And some more arrows. Take those. Hey, and there's that door we saw earlier. Let's pop that open. Got a little bit of a shortcut to the first area now. We can go explore the other side. Where's my... There we go.
It shall be so.
Keep everybody above 10,
I
hopefully.
see a creature, friends.
Okay, so now, except for our bishop, everybody's got a ranged attack, so that's kind of nice. We can just, for the sake of giving them a job,
Okay.
work on your stamina boosting. Your water magic, basically. Casting stamina at the lowest level.
Wundersprancio!
So now we don't have to do that walk thing as much. Like the walk wait, because we have an option in between rounds of hitting them with a ranged attack. Nice. So far not too hard, right? Like, I mean, we're plugging through it. Everybody's kind of been fairly lucky. Nobody's gotten one-shotted. But, I mean, it can happen. And if it does, just reload.
Vacant.
Even late in the game, stuff like that happens. And it's like, I'll have a high-level character, and they'll get one-shotted, you know, by a death spell or something. And it's frustrating. I mean, we're not playing hardcore mode. We're not playing Iron Man. And it's not the kind of game where you get any special kind of satisfaction out of doing that, in my opinion.
Vacant.
Just checking corners.
Look at that.
Nice. At the beginning of the game, everything is super useful. because your gear is so basic. All right, where are we now? Okay, that leads up to there. And if you don't like turning Surge on and off, just pick a Ranger. I think they get ranged criticals, which is nice. Okay, so this here is a sneeze powder, so it's a throwing skill. You can, if you desire, you can check and see who your best person is at throwing. Does anybody have that skill on my team? Nobody does. So let's just give it to the bishop for now. I'll show you how it works in a fight, how you use items like that. Alright, so now we're going back to that door.
There
Ha!
it is, a creature.
They weren't there before. What the heck? Enemies respawn. I'm getting pretty lucky. Let's go this way. We haven't even had to rest yet. Let's not go up there yet. Explore the lower levels first. He can use this. We'll do that. And we will take a couple of these. Not very many though. Maybe 26 of them is fine. There we go. So now everybody's got a ranged attack.
Something stirs.
Alright. So this game doesn't have very many areas like this. I'm going to save it just to show you. Because I'm about to wipe out my party here. Let's... Where's my... There it is. One for you. There we go. So I believe there's enemies in the water. I don't see them yet, though. So see this button right here?
Well now, what do you think this thing does?
Don't press anything until you've explored around it first, just in case. So you can see it probably raises this up, right? Because you can see that
Nothing found.
there's like these pulley things,
Something
and there's an
move.
opening right there.
Vacant.
So let's explore this floor first. Yeah, there's those fish. Probably become hostile when we jump in the water. But we are going to go explore down here first. The beer room. Or ale, sorry, because we're talking about old
Vacant.
fantasy games here.
It trapped.
Yes.
Thank you. Dum smart. Alright, so let's inspect the trap. This can go off sometimes in your face. And then what happens here is you will get this that says we think, or your gadgeteer in this case, thinks this might be part of the trap, knows that isn't, and he knows this is for sure. So let's go through the, it's probably poison darts, but just let's look just for the sake of. Nope. You can check them all. So chances are it's the start of the game. It's not going to be one of these high level traps. So let's just do poison dart. Hopefully we can figure it out without it going off.
Most satisfactory.
Nice. And some of these weapons aren't that great, but they have a use. So like this right here, the bullwhip, you can give that to him. Switch back here. Give him a shield. Because this is your bishop, right? This is your spellcaster. Now they're a little bit more defensive. And this is extended, which means you can attack. And look at the initiative boost and stuff. You can attack from the back row now with them. Or the middle row, I should say. Just gives them something to do. They're never going to be great at it. So that thing I told you about the team wiping.
Nothing found.
I'm going to first go through the water and then I'll show you. Sometimes there's stuff in the
worthy opponents.
what do you call it? The environment that can kill your whole party, like squish them or fall off a cliff, something like that, you know? I'll show you in a minute there. Look at these Tanika fishes. Oh, there's something cute about them. They kind of remind me of,
Take this!
you can't really tell when they're in the water, but the little rendering there, their faces kind of remind me of like a cute little puppy or something. I don't know what. I always picture how funny this would be, seeing like this guy with a rifle, this samurai with 2 swords, this big huge warrior, right, just smashing away at fish in the water. This guy's punching and kicking them. There we go.
Very good.
Nothing found here.
Experience.
Nice.
Although it is pleasant what
Oh, good.
Okay, so let's do these now. Let's go with 2 in there, 2 in there, and 2 in there. And 3 on that one. Yeah, why not? Cool. 3, 3, and because that's building nicely. And we'll go with 1 in there. We'll go with 2 in here, 3 on that. We're good. Pole arms. All right.
Nothing found.
So let's go through here now. Am I going the right way, or did I get turned around? No, we're good. So the reason why I jumped in this water, remember I showed you from out here? Remember that area we looked from, and where we got the axe and stuff? Well, look. There's a little hidden item here. And it's a resurrection powder, which is very useful at the start of the game. What I do is I spread it out between my fighters.
Quite extraordinary.
a most valuable.
If somebody dies, you can bring them back with that, which is very nice. Because at the start of the game, like I said, it's quite hard. There we go. You will get fall damage from falling from too high. So it's always good to, you know, try to slide off edges instead of just running right off of them. And we're going to go back up there, and I'm going to show you the environmental insta-death. If I can remember how to do it. I think you just have to stand underneath it when you do it. Getting beat up. Yes. Please work.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Perfect. Let's go. 3 and 3. I mean, you don't have to be totally bound to that rule. of saving them. I mean, have fun, obviously. But I mean, if there's something you desperately think is going to help your character, then just grab one. As long as you have a few banked, that's all that matters. Like, I would say in this case now, like, a lot of these are pretty useful, but not necessary. Blinding Flash is nice. You know, I think I am going to take that just to show you how it works. That can save you sometimes. Excuse me. There we go. And I forgot. I said I was going to put a point in artifacts, right? But we'll see if we're high enough yet to identify anything. There. We identified that. We did that. Cure poison. Cure poison. Moderate heal. Nice. So, sort our items again. Give the moderate heals to him. Light heals. Give to him. Poison. We'll just keep in our inventory. Those are fine. And this is a cherry bomb. So we'll give that to him. Because we're going to work on throwing with him. And you know what? Dum Dum's thirsty. He's going to drink that ale. Sometimes when you drink it, you get nauseated. I think that it regenerates a little bit of stamina, though. Work our way up. Back into the monastery, into the top floor. Okay, are we at that? There we go. It's very sensitive with the keyboard, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm bouncing all over the place. Okay, I think if we... How do you do it again? If I stand around the edge, will it happen? Oh yeah, I can't remember how to do it now. Okay, so yeah, I raised it up. So now, if we're underneath this and we hit the button, watch. So that can happen in this game. Just to let you know. So let's bring it back down and not get crushed this time. Other things can one-shot kill you too, so just something to keep in mind. If it looks like it's not safe, be careful. What's this? A careful look shows that this is no ordinary lock. The circular indentation appears to be fitted to receive only a very special key. Now we're on a different level. You can see how it gets a little muddled here. I think... Can you press these? Yeah, it's not the greatest map. But, I mean, it does a trick enough, I guess. Better in some games. Hey, look, there's that little glow we saw from right there.
I sense something moving.
Are there more enemies down there again? There must be more crabs down there. I can see the red dots. What's this one say? Hammer Day, the 21st. Strange objects in the night sky. Very odd. No landing scheduled at Arnika this week. Moon Day, the 24th. More strange lights in the sky. Lord's Day, the 25th. Anselm made the announcement. We are to leave the monastery. I've been ordered to take the key to Lord Braffett and Arnika. Alas, this means the end of my stargazing. So I'm assuming that's that round key that we saw in that thing, that door, seconds ago.
It is trapped.
Let's see if we can get this without it blowing up. So this one says there might be 3. Let's check to see if any match up to that. So chances are it's dagger scatter because nothing has all 3. Nice. And a leather hauberk. That'll help. So what's he wearing? Leather cuirass and a how is 7? Yeah, so we'll throw it on him. And we'll throw that one on. There you go. A little bit of an upgrade. Oh, if, later on in the game, if you get really heavy items or things you just don't want to carry anymore for now, but you don't want to get rid of them, you take it out of your inventory and you can put it right into a chest. I forget how. Yeah, there we go. So, say we put 2 things in there, and they'll never ever go away. Now we go back to the chest and see the stuff you stored is in there. So just something to keep in mind.
Hey, was
Our
that
first
you? That ship crash?
NPC.
Wow, I thought you were goners for sure. You ask me, something real bad's going on, because your ship wasn't the first to fall out of the sky.
Okay, so now the way this works, you have all the things you can talk to him about, or you can type something in. So his name is Burr, so we can say talk about you.
Traveling salesman, at your service.
Okay, we can see if he wants to join us.
Oh no, it's best if I travel alone. Helps me keep the overhead down and the stock up.
If you're so inclined, you can attack him, or you can try to pickpocket him, or you can cast, say they don't like you for whatever reason, you can do mind read to see what they're thinking about, or charm to make them like you more. So let's ask them about the monastery.
That information's worth a little something.
Okay, so a lot of characters will do this if it's a rumor or something. So yeah, pay the gold, see what they say.
It's Higardi, the Brotherhood. Their temple, I guess. No one's in there now. They took off a while ago. They've got another temple in Arnika, though. A guy named Braffit runs it. Say, you been to Arnika yet?
No, we haven't.
Well, if you haven't got plans, that's a good place to go. There's all kinds of stuff happening there right now. It's just south of here.
Okay, so as you talk, sometimes it'll add things in like Higardi, right? Just got added?
Well, there is a rumor that you might be the 3rd messenger.
Okay.
Great!
Now you can talk about Higardi, see what he
Nothing much
says.
to tell you. They're nice. In fact, I get most of my stuff from them.
And you can also ask them where it is.
That's in Arnika.
Okay, so we got those things. Cool thing that it took me a while to learn, but I figured it out after, is if you go back to the dialogue here, you can double click a word.
Oh, Arnika's the city of the Higardi. It's right on the coast. I get most of my stuff from there, in fact.
Okay, so you can do that, or you can go up here. If there was any other messenger, he said.
Martin's messenger? Is that what you're asking me?
Sure.
That information's...
Sure.
Well, see, you probably haven't heard a whole lot about it yet, but this guy named Martin, pretty much everyone on this planet is looking for him. I don't know where he is, but I know the path to find him. You have to go through Trenton.
So some of these things it adds on its own.
I'm not the one to ask. All I know is that he's dead. The shaman probably knows more, though. Martin's like a legend around here.
Go ask him about Trenton and I'll tell you again.
You just look for the biggest tree in the forest south of Arnika, and you're there. You'll love it. It's a great place.
So if you want to add in a word manually, so remember we saw, Brotherhood of the Ascension. So if I write Ascension and I go plus, it'll add it, and then we can ask about that.
That's happening right now. You ask any Higardi, you're bound to get an earful.
So depending on like how creative you are or how much you pay attention, there might be a lot of questions you can ask people. Sometimes they don't even know anything, but other times they'll give you good tips or ideas where to go, or even quest related stuff. Let's ask about
I
Braffit.
know him.
All right, we can add Braffit to the thing, right? How about? And if you want to remove one for whatever reason, you just highlight and you press the minus. It'll take it out of the. So I want to say like how about being tired? Let's ask him about that. Talk about being tired, and we added that in, right?
So, hey, you look over my new stuff yet?
That generic response means that he's not programmed to understand that, so take it back out. I thought there was something else in here we saw, though. We asked about Martin. We asked about Trenton, sorry. The Messenger, Higardi. And I believe he said something about a crash, didn't he? Ship crash. Here we go.
Yeah, it looked like a normal landing until the boom sound, and then there was the fire, and then the crash. But right up until then, everything looked okay.
So if you played Wizardry 6 and 7, you'll have different words in mind, so you can ask them what the Cosmic Forge.
I don't know too much about it.
Okay. If you remember the Dark Savant, you can ask him about that.
I don't know too much about him, but he seems to have the Gardi all upset. Maybe you could ask one of them.
If you remember the, what was it from the second game? Astro Domine, I believe.
It's a mystery.
Okay. And the last planet we were on was Guardia.
I don't know too much about it.
So you can ask questions like that too. Sometimes they know things. Trade. So now we're going to sell from our party items. Excuse me. We're going to sell the battle axe, the robes, the short bow, the spear, the quarterstaff, the sling, the poser cap, everything like this that we don't need because it just takes up space and weight and gets heavy after a while. Now let's see if we can get slightly more customized with our weapons and stuff. Who could use what? Anything necessary here? Flail. Excuse me. Musket balls, we can use those. That's for your gun. Probably use a quilt tunic. Maybe 2 of them. Use quilt leggings. That's an upgrade. Leather boots we could use. And we're almost out of money. So, here's all the other stuff we can't afford. And a resurrection powder. See how much they're worth? 2,000. If you want, you can sell one of your resurrection powders and get like a little bit of boost of
Come
money.
back and
Wisdom go with you.
Okay, so now let's give these boots to our front line, make them a little better. Monks can barely wear anything. I think they can wear suede. So if you find some suede clothing, feel free to give that to them. But we can put quilt tunics on anybody who's wearing junky, like look at this cloth shirt. Let's put a quilt tunic on him. Let's put a quilt tunic on him. Now let's put quilt leggings. There we go. Good. Sell this leftover stuff. I think he'll get new stuff every time you rest. For maybe 1 or 2 rests. I can't remember how many, but if you want to spend some time in here, you can do that. Kind of go back and see him a few times. It is getting to be nighttime, so why don't we...
Shoo! Go away!
Yeah, our health's all a little bit lower. Let's just rest here, see how it works. See if we get attacked. Everybody just sticks their weapons in the ground around the fire. There we go.
got some new
Now,
stuff.
let's ask him, or check his inventory, see if he got anything new. We don't have money, but we'll just check for the sake of... So it looks like he got some more arrows at the bottom, and more musket balls, so let's buy those. Boom, we're good.
Come back and
Farewell.
So those do 1 to 6. Those do 1 to 4. So let's just do that for now. Slightly more damage, but no knockout power. We're getting near the exit to this. What do you call it? Sorry, my nose gets plugged in the right side there. The temple. Monastery. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So we'll run up here. Big long hallway. We're in a room, so put on your search. No enemies. Smelling salts. If a character gets knocked out, that's what those are for. They're very useful. I would give them to somebody who you're willing to skip around with, like, you know, because that'll take their whole round to use it. Ooh, what's this? A cleaver? A terrible weapon. -1 to hit, -2 to initiative. But we'll hold on to it because it's different. What's this say? For emergency use only. We need a key. Ooh. Just a potion sitting in the alcove. Nice. Okay. Big room. What is that?
This hard fight, very bad.
A Gregor. Oh, yeah. So I guess it's something I can show you. This 1-1-1 thing, if you right click up there, it'll tell you. It means that he's active, like he's not, I guess, unconscious or anything. He's in range for your range attacks, and he's in view of your whole party. So sometimes if they're off screen, it'll be like 1-0-0 or something like that. But I don't really pay attention to that too much. Get some cheap shots in on him. How many hit points is? 121. That's not too bad. He just warped right up here. I'm assuming this big bug can hit like a truck. Ouch. That's what I want you to do, though. Hit my fighter. Please don't hit her. She's not as tanky. Hit the tank. Come on. I like the more you hit them to the gradually you can see like the shell breaking off. All right, let's see if we can heal her up a bit because he's focusing her quite a bit.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I don't think he can withstand her out of that. Nice. That would have been the end of it. Come on, man. All right.
Okay.
This went surprisingly well, though. I have no complaints about this fight. He's got 1 hit point left, too. Really?
Work, my friend.
Nice.
Well done.
Good.
Experience is
I'll take it. That went good. You know, like I said, no complaints. And we will go 3 and 3. Build that up. It's important for a fighter because, I mean, I'm putting points into here every time, and that's good and stuff like that, but I'd much rather be putting points into my boost up skills, the ones that actually make me a lot stronger. Let's put 3 into there, and we'll do 1 and 2. And there we go.
I see some sort of creature.
Worthy opponents.
I don't think it'll be too bad. Let's cast, get some light. Oh, I forgot about that. Let's do some light first.
Okay.
I'll try to use blinding flash on them. See how that works. Blind is very overpowered in this game. Or, I shouldn't say that. It's very useful. It will make enemies run away, though, so that can be kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. If you're trying to, like, you know, finish off the last few and then just keep running away. Nice. Just give me a second. I'm going to blow my nose here. I'm all stuffed up. I'll start the combat round first, and then I will. Actually, let's try this like I said. Hopefully it doesn't backfire.
Okay.
That's that.
This is a good round. I'd rather it fizzles than backfires. That's one thing I will say. Backfiring sucks. You're in the middle of a fight, and a bomb or like a flash grenade or whatever backfires, makes your whole team blind. You know, you end up losing. Especially if you're halfway through a fight, it's demoralizing.
That what?
Well done.
All right. Turn that back on. Anything in these things? Just bodies. All right. Remember, we're looking for a key. So, remember a long time ago I said I wasn't going up there? That's what this leads to. So I guess you can just like jump right up into this area if you prefer, depending on what your playstyle is. Let's go this way.
Vacant.
All right. Ooh, nice. And a halberd. Let's give that to her. We'll give the leather helmet to her. And we'll give the leather greaves to her too. Give that to him for when he runs out of ammo. Do a little bit more grave robbing here. Skull cap, actually, that's useful for him because he can't wear very much. You know, being a monk and abstaining from wearing armor. Ouch.
My body is injured, but my mind remains clear.
Nice trap that we just got hit by there. Holy water. Bullets. Nice.
Nothing found.
Alright. Take all that. Save it again.
I am no longer afflicted.
Let's heal this guy.
Much better.
Perfect. Alright. Oh, we had Surge on, so we got surprise attacked. Okay, the Bishop has a special move too. Look at this. Turn undead.
Okay.
Let's try that out. Sometimes it paralyzes them.
Take this!
But in that case, it did 14 damage, which is nothing to be upset about.
Okay.
Nice.
And so we prevail.
Experience is
Although it is
Oh, good.
And another level up. I love it. Build that up. Build that up. Build that. And we'll go with. And critical strike. You know, whatever. And last but not least, sword, critical strike, dual weapons. Okay. Sometimes you'll find things in the game like this. A shrine apparently with a praying woman, but you can click on the water and watch. They're not infinite though. I think the way they work is they have a limited amount. So, like, I mean, maybe like 2 or 3 times, kind of like the old Might Magic games, 6 and 7 and stuff like that, just to give you a little bit of help to get through this first area, but not enough that you can kind of cheese the game and keep spamming it, you know. All right, so excuse me, we're in an area here. Concussion powder, lot of dead bodies. Though we may forget in times of strife, death is the doorway to a new life. Okay, a puzzle. So, we got a statue, right? And a skull. So let's, touch the statue. Oh. Okay. So that drops us down when we touch the statue. What did that say?
Found.
What did that say again, though? Death is the doorway to a new life. And if you're really sharp, you can see there's a square there, right? So, we touched the statue. What about the skull?
Nothing found.
Okay, you can stop talking for a minute. Check the skull, and there we go. It said a new life, so I'm assuming that means we get another resurrection type thing. So, we'll have to check that. Remember that locked kind of safe in the wall from earlier? Let's take a look here. Alright.
I sense movement.
What must be done, must be done.
Okay, a whole bunch of spiders. Dare we try to throw our cherry bomb? Or is it going to backfire on us?
Okay.
Let's give it a shot. Hopefully we don't get paralyzed by spiders or poisoned or anything. He's probably going to backfire it. Oh my goodness, it worked! That makes me happy. And the spiders do not like it one bit.
Defeating the enemy is like milking a cow. It's all in the rhythm.
All in the rhythm. Nice. Nice. All right.
With pleasure.
Enough of this shooting our arrows into the walls. There we go.
Well done.
Wonderful.
Okay. Okay. Now let's see here. If you want to, excuse me, metagame a little bit, you can look up and see, you know, magic missiles. You can buy a book for that. So you might not want to, you know, get it and identify. But I would like to get, like I'd said earlier, missile shield and web. Now I have something in everything. And I'm going to put my points into that, to that, and artifacts, just so I can identify that stuff. All right. Or yeah, we got the ring, stink bomb, scroll of haste, and that's it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is take this ring, put on our monk because he can't really wear much. Take the stink bomb, get him to throw that, and the concussion powder, and scroll of haste. Our bishop will always have something to do, even if he can't attack.
I wonder what this does.
Let's take a look. Can you see anything out here? Oh, there's that gate, it looks like. Let's see if it opens that gate. Yeah, opens that gate. Nice. But before we go in there, let's go back and use that key. And I'm gonna assume that we're not going to get any respawns, so let's just sprint all the way over there. Save some time. Later on in the game, you can get spells like set portal and return to portal. And if you have two people who can do it, it's awesome because you can kind of like, you know, strategically set them so you don't have to walk all these distances back and forth, like later in the game from area to area, because it can get very long. Oops. Sorry about that. Let's grab this. And looks like we got 2 resurrection powders. Let's take that and split them up. So now everybody has one, I think, except for one, maybe Mutt there. That's okay though. Yeah, Valkyries have a special ability called Cheat Death, where sometimes when they get hit really hard, you know, 0 HP, they just kind of go unconscious to get hit points back. It's sort of funny, but I mean, I like it. It's interesting. There we go. So now we're in the upper monastery. We're almost on our way out of here.
There is no one here. Something is wrong. A house with no inhabitants.
Yeah, well, we already knew they were gone because the guy left a note saying
It's locked tight.
that he had to leave suddenly. Nice. Take that. What is this? Suede. We will give that to him. A slight improvement. Apparently monks can wear suede. Dress like Elvis, eh?
It is locked.
We will certainly prevail.
Yes, we will. Well, there's a camouflage one just popping in the side.
Okay.
This guy is like the dodging master. Nice. I like it.
And so we prevail.
Good.
Experience.
And if you happen to get through the game without characters dying, you'll always have level ups kind of paired together like that. Like, you know, like these 3 get a level up together, these 2, and then this guy by himself, I believe. Till later on when it starts to spread out even more. So she's at minus everything because she is nauseated right now. Kind of a detrimental stats effect, basically. Let's go here. Yeah.
Oh, that is.
Glad you're feeling better. Dexterity. We'll go 1 there, and we'll go 2 in here. And we'll go locks. Modern weapons. And boom. Oh, now we have a laser flash unit. I think that has the chance to blind them. Enemies. A helmet. Nice. Another one. Let's give that to him. I can hear the monster, some kind of animal or something, grunting and groaning away nearby, so we'll see if it's up here.
I see some sort of creature.
Something new.
With
Seekers.
pleasure.
get them. The bullwhip. I love the sound effect. This game's got very good sound effects, I will say that. I kind of find it just the way these things are built. So they have these two big frog-like legs, and then their head is hovering and their tail is hovering. They have no back legs. So, I mean, if you were fighting them for real, would you be able to put like a long staff or something underneath and just flip them over on their backs, you know? Would they be able to get back up again? Thank you.
Oh, that is a relief.
Much better.
All right, let's see what's up here.
I found nothing.
Nothing on the table. That looks a little suspect, but we'll see. Access denied.
Look at that.
Some more darts. Thank you. Access denied. Yeah, so this game blends together medieval kind of fantasy, right? Like you got swords and lords and samurais and shields and a bit of magic, and then you have this like fancy technology stuff up here, like these high-tech computers. So, oh, hello. The game is not all over the place, but it definitely has a lot of variety. So what we're going to do is we're going to try web, and if that fails, then we're going to try blinding flash for our next spell. Oh, this is a good time. I should have mentioned it much earlier, but you can see how slow the enemies move. If you go into the settings, and I believe it's under general, yeah, monster movement speed, pop that right up. Speeds the game up, or else everybody just crawls around. It looks silly seeing them sprint up all fast, but you'll thank yourself later for turning it up. I even heard there's a mod out there that, you know, doubles or quadruples the speed, but personally I'm not that, it doesn't bother me that much. Not to the point though where I need to get a mod for it. Alright, let's
It shall be so.
reposition here. Don't ever underestimate. Oh, he got blinded. Nice. Don't ever underestimate how quickly even just a group of rats can get behind and kill your bishop or your gadgeteer. You know, it'll happen fast, even at higher levels
Vacant.
with low end enemies. Anything else on these bits?
Look at that.
And there we go. We'll take that. Smelling salts. Let's see what's down here.
Something move.
Our few, excuse me, is this our first humanoid kind of enemies? These are the guys who probably are robbing the joint right now since nobody's here.
Wounds are better more than injured.
Let's try blinding flash. See if that works because they have nowhere to run to.
Okay.
Look at his face. Big bruise on his eye now. Eight hit points. Nice. So once they're blind, they won't even attempt an attack. They won't shoot range. They'll just either stand there and stumble around blindly, or they will run off. Sorry if you hear me clearing my nose every few seconds there. It's just, you know, you get one of those, like your sinus on one side. It's just like a little plugged, even though like you know, you blow it, nothing happens. That's just how I'm feeling right now. But maybe a little bit of allergies, who knows. Kind of annoying when you're recording the video though, and you're trying to talk, and you're like, "Close, buddy, close." I'm doing my best though, not to sound all mumbly, and probably doing a very poor job at it. Let's go down here. What's this say?
Nothing found.
Hall of Meditation, absolutely no magic allowed. So everything you cast in here will fail.
Something stirs.
So it'd probably be a good idea before we go in there. Even drinking potions, oddly enough. I don't understand why that's considered magic. But, yeah, drinking a potion, using a resurrection powder, all that will fail in there. Nothing works. Not even items. Maybe a gadgeteer item might, but we don't have any of those yet, so. Let's get this big fat rat out of the way first. If you played Wizardry 6 back in the day, you'll remember the fat rat reference. Ouch. Does she have any potions? No. Okay. So what we're going to try to do with her is we're going to move her to the back.
It will be done.
And we're going to see if we have
It will
any
be done.
moderate heals. I should be able to still cast. I'm not actually in the room yet, so we'll see if that works.
Okay.
So, you can kind of use that. Some parts in the game are like that, where you can't cast magic in a certain room. If you can get to the doorway and keep the enemies in the room, they can't cast and you can. So like I said, like at the beginning, positioning will help you big time in fights. Alright, Sam Cat is equipping. You need those.
I am no longer afflicted.
And you are about to heal too, so
It will be done.
there you go. Thank you. Here's where they all start to run away. We might be able to get a few pickoffs, though. That's what I like about the stats effects there. Just saves you sometimes 1 or 2 rounds where you can thin the herd of enemies a bit. It makes a difference sometimes in an unwinnable fight, making it more giving you like a 50-50 chance of winning. It
will be done.
I actually the other day, like the one I'm playing through right now, what did I have to fight? They were like crocodiles and alligators, but they were, you know, like my guys are level 10 or 11 now, and they were in one round taking out my fighter, my lord there, and it's supposed to be my tank, and they were doing like 85 damage to one round. So I started using the what do you call it? Some of the like insane status effect and terror and blind and all that. And I managed to get through the fight a lot easier because those guys hit super hard, but they also had low resistance to
Well done.
mental ailments.
Experience.
Although it is
A lot of enemies later on are just totally immune to this stuff, so physical is kind of where you have to go with it. Oh, and now we can learn some psionic spells, so why not go with... we'll give her that for a ranged, and now we open up this category here that we can start putting points into, and I'm going to. Now we got, excuse me, put those in. Now she can learn some spells too. Let's go with sleep. Be a little bit more useful. And that was air, I believe, right? Yeah, okay. And let's go with critical strike. Oh. Critical strike. There we go. And she should learn some healing now too. And yeah, more healing is always helpful. And we'll go with pole arms. So now we can actually distribute our spell points, our skill points on level up
Nothing found here.
into things that are
Grab
going to
that.
benefit us a little bit more than, say, like mythology, right? So some more keywords: Cosmic Lords, Funzang. If you played Wizardry 7, you'll know who that is. If you haven't, he's one of the Cosmic Lords, if not the main one, I think.
Grab that.
I'm not a huge lore expert when it comes to this game,
Vacant.
but
Grab that.
if you do have the time and the patience, playing through 6, if you beat the game, then you can import your party into 7. And if I always enjoyed 6, I found 7 to be really long, and I've never actually finished it because I just get bored. So, but if you do import from 6 to 7, you can tailor your classes a little bit to get them closer to here, what you want in this game, and then you can import from 7 to 8. So if you want to do the marathon of Wizardry, that's always something you could do.
Oh, jolly good.
I tried it. I imported my characters from 7. I've got about 3/4 of the way through the game. But the stature distribution, like you get to bring a few cool items over, but the stats weren't that amazing in my opinion to warrant it. I'd prefer to make a new group. So it's up to you. I mean, there's a guy on here, YouTube there. His name's his channel is
Jolly good.
Rojo Vision, I think, or Rojo Vision, Rojo. Anyways,
Grab that.
he's got some pretty good videos
Grab
on
that.
this, where he's played through 6 all the way to 8. I think he's currently playing through 8 right now.
Look at that.
It's kind of interesting to see someone who did that. Like, I think it took him a few years. It looks like his first video is, I don't know how many years, like maybe 2 or 3. They're long games. So what we just did there was overcook. We overcooked and we got something that our gadgeteer can maybe use with something later. If it says type gadget, hold on to it. That other thing we picked up off the ground here, magnifying glass, same thing. Not much we can do on their own with them, but down the road we can use it. So we need a keyfer in there, and I can hear bats. And we're getting near the end of this. Well, I mean, end of the monastery, but just starting the road to Arnika, right?
Look
So,
at that.
and that's the part where a lot of people I find
Look
say,
at that?
I just can't get through this first area, and I gave up on the game. And I'm just saying to you, is if you can get through that first area, the game gets quite fun. And there's a couple cool areas, and as your characters
I
get
sense
stronger,
movement.
it's very, very rewarding.
No problem. We can beat.
Like a lot of RPGs, right? Let's go with that. Oh, did I not press it?
Okay.
And oh yeah, remember we just got some spells, right? So sleep. Test
It will
these
be
things
done.
out. And what'd she get again? Heal. Yeah, we might as well do a heal. Just top him
All
off.
right.
And what did he get? He got Mind Stab.
It shall be so.
He doesn't have anything. He's good. So let's go. Nice backfire.
My apologies. I allowed myself to become distracted.
Yuridun tapai koreva.
But that's why we do it, right? Because
Lactane.
the more you backfire, the more you fail, the better you get. What's that old saying? If you don't even try, you can't fail. And if you don't fail at something, you can't get better at it.
Ow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Heal.
All right.
And try again. And you can
It
also
will be done.
try again. Just till I get closer.
Yuridun tapai koreva.
I just realized too they're firing a lot of daggers at us, throwing a lot of daggers at us. So maybe I should make use of my new missile shield. All right, here we go,
Okay.
and we'll see if we can heal him one more
All
time.
right. Ridimon Rasti.
All right, let's get closer and
It shall
start.
be so.
Melee is our strong point here right now. We're not really a range fighting team. In a pinch, but it's not our go-to.
It shall be so.
You can hear some kind of monster groaning and grunting in the background. I think it's those seekers. Sometimes these guys drop decent armor and dagger kind of gear, but I guess my luck has just all been in avoiding attacks. And oh, that was good. I'll take that. All right, quick save. Apparently the thieves had no qualms about desecrating a holy place. You wonder what became of the monastery's original inhabitants. Funzang. There he is. Let's take this. Mercutio's Blade. Oh, what's that? Only for bards. 15 in close combat. I will say one thing. There's a lot of specific, bard-specific armor and weapons in this game. And instruments that are pretty cool. If you're into bards,
Yes.
you won't be disappointed. Nice. Don't even have to move. Yeah, pretty good. Let's see if that's better than what we got on here. Longsword 2 to 8 and Bastard Sword 4 to 10, but -1 to hit initiative. Whatever. We'll do it up. More damage, more reckless, more chances to miss. There's a bard instrument and a piece of armor in here that we can't even look at because it's behind glass. So I'll have to figure out a way to get that glass broken, or like take off the the security features on it. Let's go this way. That's the exit for the monastery. So we're gonna keep exploring for a bit first because we're not done here.
I
Slimes.
sense movement.
Okay.
That's I love that guy's voice. It reminds me a little bit of if anybody's ever played Arcanum. I feel like you're doing like a run on Arcanum with sub 5 intelligence or whatever. So like the writers basically made it that you can play the entire game as a mentally challenged individual. All the dialogues are changed, even the main story ones. Like the main characters will talk to you, and say you have a competent to highly intelligent character, they'll 2 seconds. They'll talk to you and they'll say, "Hey, so this is the story of what happened in my downfall," and they'll give you the whole story, and they'll say, "So you see why I need your help? Can you help me?" And you'll say, "Yes, I can help you," and have a discussion with them. But then if you made your character extremely stupid, the guy will give his whole speech on like his downfall and all this, and then all your character will say is something like, "Okay, sound good,"
I am no longer
and
afflicted.
he'll pick up on the fact that you're not very bright, and he'll say to you something like, like, listen, go to mine, find me special key. Can you do that? It's hilarious. The whole game has been modified so you can play like that. Here we go. Let's do our level up. I never actually played through it though, like, because it's like the novelty wears off a little bit, and it's a long game, but it's fun. And there's nothing here I particularly want. But like normally I would save them, but since we are going, like I said, only to the first town, I'm gonna take an attack spell, and use that. Artifacts, whatever. That's fine. Can't identify anything. All right. I thought I picked up some things. What did I get? None of that I can use. The gloves. I can use this. My gadgeteer. So engineering level 1, gadgeteer level 1. He can basically do I think it's the same as this spell, right? Do I even have it? It's the same as the fire spell, whatever the first level fire attack spell is. I'll have to see it in the menu again, but that's all it is. But you burn extra stamina, like it burns a lot to use it, and it basically gives you an attack though every round if you're all out of bullets or whatever. Let's see what's in here. Oh yeah, those seekers. Remember we heard the grunting and groaning? Okay. Alright, let's try it here.
With pleasure.
Lightning Rod. Energy Blast, I believe that's what the spell is called. There we go. 17 damage, I'll take it. Alright. Anything? Yeah, I thought I saw something. Yeah, rocks. There we go. More ammo. Oh, what's this?
That?
Exposition.
I have been waiting for you for some time. I am Altheides, sent by the Cosmic Lords to meet you here. You are not the first to come here, to the planet Dominus, but you are the last. The Trang, the Umpani, The Mook and the dread Dark Savant have already arrived. All of you are here for a single purpose: to ascend to the Cosmic Circle. To ascend, you must learn all that a Cosmic Lord knows. These tasks will not be easy. You must learn of life, of knowledge, and of change. Who will learn these things first? Who will we then see at Ascension Peak? Will it be you, the Savant, or perhaps none at all? I cannot say, but we'll bring word to the old lords that at last, the final contenders have arrived.
With that, he begins to fade away, leaving you to ponder his questions. You wonder how you could ever learn all the things that a Cosmic Lord knows.
Oh, I wish we had more time to chat. Perhaps we'll meet him again.
So you might remember him from Wizardry 6 at the end and Wizardry 7 if you played through those games. A little bit of a lag here, but this guy's going to start talking in a second.
Don't tell me you believe that. The Ascension. Becoming like a Cosmic Lord yourself. Can you imagine more pathetic beings ruling the universe? No. There will only be one who ascends. The Dark Savant. And he will destroy this world in an instant should anyone attempt to stop him. Go to Arnika and see the tower built there. It contains a device powerful enough to destroy this planet, and you along with it. So consider that as you go from here, friends, and know that we watch your every move.
He presses something on the staff of his weapon, and as quietly and suddenly as he came, he is gone. Okay, so the basic plot and the stakes have been laid down for you. We're all trying to ascend. And to ascend, we need to learn about those three things he said, like change, and you'll figure that out as you're playing. Hopefully. The game is a little obscure sometimes with what it wants you to do, but I mean, don't be totally against looking at a walkthrough if you're completely stuck, or for just general ideas. I think there was a... Could have sworn there was a... There it is. A cherry bomb right there. Always useful to have. Like a free fireball spell. Okay.
I'm ready for you.
Let's do a quick...
Cow biscuits.
You bellowed?
You bellowed.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oops. Well, that was kind of weird. Thank you. And boop-a-doo. And our magic is slowly getting better, as you see. Alchemy's up to 25 already. Nice, I like it. So I believe we did get a key out of that chest upstairs. So let's go use that on that door in the quiet room.
I sense movement.
And so it begins.
More rats coming out of the wall. Do as many fights as you can at the start, though, because, I mean, the more prepped you are for that walk to Arnika, the easier the game will be. Enemies do scale, but they shouldn't outscale how strong you are. You know who's another good channel? If you like people who interview you know, developers and play through some old RPGs and stuff like that, and keep tabs kind of on the new stuff. Matt Barton, he's on YouTube. I believe his channel is called Matt Chat. He's a professor from Minnesota, I believe. He does these like 3-4 hour long playthroughs of games just to kind of introduce them and then show further on in the game where he's at. And he also does interviews with industry developers. So he's done interviews with like Roberta and Ken Williams, you know, the people who were in charge of Sierra back in the day. He's interviewed the guy who made Doom, you know, like he's and he's even written a book too, like where he just catalogs all the RPGs from, I think he breaks them down into ages, like the Bronze Age, Silver Age, Gold Age type thing. He's a very interesting guy, and the reason why I bring him up right now is he loves rats. Every time I fight rats, now I associate him to it because he's like,
Very good. We have won.
he's gleeful when he fights rats.
This battle will be as short and sweet as a summer rain.
And as repetitive as paperwork at an office job.
I am no longer afflicted.
All right. Do we have any more? We do. Just to get you a little bit higher. Go find that door. There we go. Get the key. We're obviously going to have to fight some bats. You can't even use your throwing weapons in the quiet room. You go to use like a cherry bomb, it'll say, oh, it fizzles and fails.
Something stirs.
Imagine real life libraries are like that. Where you go in there, you know, you went to answer your phone or something and it just fizzles out and shorts in your hand. Remember back when I was in university there, libraries used to be pretty quiet. Like, you know, cell phones were still a thing, laptops, obviously, I'm not that old, but, you know, I grew up between the changes of analog to digital. Dial-up phones and dial-up internet, and dial phones to high-speed internet now and all that stuff, obviously, and, you know, fiber and all that, everything changed. But libraries were a lot quieter when I used to go. When I went to university for my, no, it would have been college, I think. I took a secondary course in college, and as a, you know, in my 30s. And, man, people are in the library yakking away on their cell phones, listening to music. Couldn't believe how noisy it was. But, I mean, you know, wasn't the end of the world. There's always somebody talking, that's okay. I just thought it was so different how, you know, the mentality had changed.
It's like milking a cow. It's all.
You know, a bat is just a rat with wings. Matt Barton approves. Probably not. All right, fight over.
Well now, what do you think this thing does?
Okay, we'll check that thing in a minute.
Trapped.
Yes.
But first things first, I want to check this chest.
Yeah.
He's so excited. All right. Anybody not wearing good armor? Quilt. Yeah, you know, let's replace that fur halter there. Does anybody really want to see a giant dog wearing a halter? I don't. All right. Louder. And guess what? You know that glass I said we should break? What did we do? Normally you would say, oh shoot, should I reload? I just busted something, eh? But no, we wanted to do that. Let's go back here now. Because even though we were critical of the thieves robbing this monastery, we're doing the same thing. Because the difference is we're not doing it just to get money. We're doing it because we are saving the world. And the reason why we came up here, Think outside the box sometimes. So you see there? All right. Let's drop on top here.
Nothing.
And then drop in. And guess what? An extra chest with special cape in it. You get rewarded sometimes for exploring. And then we can get back out here. And all it took was a little bit of fall damage. Let's see what that cape was. 5 to senses, Hunter's Cape. So that's good for, somebody who needs to do critical damage or dual wielding. I would say in our case, the best candidate for it would probably be our fighter, since his senses are so low. Or, like, you can go the opposite route and say, I don't care about bringing up a lower stat. I want to make someone with a high stat even better, right? So you could give it straight up to your gadgeteer then. Good old Gabe in here. So we'll grab this now. The armor that busted, which is an unidentified upper tosedo, which is for samurais. Nice breastplate. We'll have to be able to identify it though. Ooh. Camera jumping all over the place. And I believe the last area is up here. And there we go. Broken glass. We'll take this thing. A shillelagh. Brotherhood of the Ascension books. Let's check the computer. Nothing there. Check the book. Lord's Day of 25th. The time has come at last, yet something is terribly wrong. This dark savant is not mentioned in any of the prophecies. Could it be that not even the Cosmic Lords foresaw his arrival? We must investigate further. I've sent the Brotherhood off to gather what news they can. I will join them shortly. So we know what's going on with them now. And we found this, which is a fellowship pass. The pass reads, let it be known that the bearer represents the Brotherhood of the Ascension. Accord him all the honors and assistance due a member of our order. So what we're going to do, is when we get to Arnika, we've read about Braffet, right? The Lord Braffet. And we've read about Anselm. It seems like Anselm is out, on foot traveling, trying to figure things out. But Braffet's supposed to be in Arnika, so if we give him that, maybe, he'll help us out a little bit. We could take a nice look out the window here since we're done with the monastery. Why don't we actually take a rest right here on this wonderful couch. And I'm going to wrap this up for now. I will play it again to get to Arnika. I'm not going to do a full game playthrough. It would take forever. But I will show you how to get to Arnika. And hopefully we can get through those fights. So for now, I'm going to leave you right here. So thank you for hanging out with me for a while. And I will see you again, hopefully. Take care and have a great day.